Hello friends, my name is Schrient and it's time to check out Cabin Fever. It's a new game by the makers of Crush Crush and Blush Blush, Sad Panda Studios, and Steamy Buns. Really excited to play it, looks really cute. Looks like you can play as a boy or a girl, so I'm excited for that. Type your name, Schrient. We have voice 2,
Hey,
so...
how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Yep, I'll go with voice 2. Sounds nice. Disclaimer. This game contains sensitive content intended for mature audiences. Please confirm you're over the age of 13 and wish to continue. I agree. Chapter 1 Prologue. But I'm really excited for this. The art looks really nice.
I don't remember much about the world before this sickness.
Is that coronavirus? No, I don't want to see that.
I was just a kid when it started. Too young to fully grasp all the changes happening across the globe. Looking back, it was as though some cosmic clearance bin of trashy dystopian paperbacks was spilling plot points out onto reality. You had your unknown virus, your slow-to-act world leaders, your extremists, deniers on one end, doomsday preppers on the other, and overall just a heck of a lot of scandal and angst.
Oh my, that's not good.
What it boiled down to was this: stay away from each other.
Yes, indeed. Stay far away from people. They're not immediate family.
Yep, that's simple. Stay away. Because the sickness mutated so rapidly, spread so easily, and killed so many that preventing transmission was the only way to stop it from wiping out the human race. A cure could be developed, they told us. Would be developed, they promised. Somehow. Someday.
So is this like COVID actually keeps going and everyone's always on lockdown forever? That's not good for a very long time. I mean, it's been long enough already now, but hopefully the vaccines are actually working properly, but I'm scared of the Delta thing.
Life changed. Everything from school and work to medical appointments and family dinners became virtual. And as it turns out, hosting an online society requires a lot of computer programming. Like, a lot. Lucky for me, I'd always had a knack for stuff like that. It was easy to get trained and even easier to find work. When's the last time you heard a young person say that, huh? I did programming for medical services, government websites, automated manufacturing. There was no shortage of freelance contracts.
That's good for her.
Of course, places like movie theaters, shopping malls, and restaurants died out. Even farms and factories became rare, so much of the workforce lost. But to be honest, I personally thought all of it was a net gain for the planet. Fewer people meant less pollution. War and terrorism dropped to an all-time low. Most people learned to be at least somewhat self-sufficient.
Ah, Sad Panda Park. That's cute. Closed due to Vivid 22. Oh, instead of COVID-19, it's called Vivid 22. Oh my. I like the background art. It's really cool looking.
As for me, well, since my parents both died not long after my high school graduation, I was probably more self-sufficient than most.
Ah, you're all alone. That's sad.
I was alone for a long time, long enough to be used to it. At least I was healthy. I had my routine, with lots of work to keep me busy and the internet at my fingertips to keep me from getting bored.
That's good.
What more could I have wanted?
What more indeed. But no, company, friendship, interaction with people. Chapter 2 seat. Wait, chapter 1's done already? Okay, that's quick. That's very quick. So I know this is supposedly kind of their warm-up to Hush Hush, which is going to be their really big visual novel. Oh, maybe that's the one with the cameos in it. I was getting them confused. Okay, sorry about that. But here goes. I lived in an off-grid cabin that had been in my family for years. When I was young, we used to visit every summer, just to get away from it all. I probably call it ironic, but every time I say that word, someone tells me I'm using it wrong. Anyway, When the sickness started spreading, that cabin became a place to survive. It had everything a small family could need. Though, like I said, by this time I was a sole member of my bubble, I was I should take care of myself. On a good day, with the sun shining onto the solar panels, I could get 30 kilowatts per hour, more than enough to power the appliances in the house and keep the battery bank full. And since the cabin sat near the mountains, I'd often get a decent power level at night, with the wind turbine catching the air coming off the ridge. Oh, that's good. But that night it was raining hard. Like most evenings, I spent this one on my computer playing my favorite idle clicker game, Blush Blush, and browsing the web for news. The news was mostly doom and gloom, of course, but I liked finding the odd tech or space-related articles sprinkled in. Oh well, there's a broom on the floor, bottles. She's kinda messy because she says she's by herself. Books. There's her computer. Speakers. I was thinking about how badly I wanted aliens to be real when an email alert danced in the corner of my screen. I opened it. Yet another forward from one of my more gullible work colleagues about a possible cure for the death-dealing virus. This particular claim apparently stemmed oh. This particular claim apparently stemmed from a breakthrough in the study of bovine bodily function.
What a load of bullshit. Literally. Good one.
Oh my. That was pretty much the only company I had anymore, so yeah, I talked to myself. I deleted the email, letting out a heavy sigh. There was a point in time. Why am I so sleepy? I deleted the email, letting out a heavy sigh. There was a point in time when I found that sort of thing amusing. The ridiculous conspiracy theories and clickbait titles, but now I just found them sad. I glanced at the clock. Time for tea. I put the computer in sleep mode and headed to the kitchen. On my way there, I accidentally kicked a broomstick laying across the floor. You do need to clean up a bit.
Ow! 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 Ow!
For your safety.
Why is that even there? I never sweep.
In that moment, I judged myself. Hard. Very, very hard. Oh well, the world has basically ended, so what's the point of cleaning up? Wasn't like I was fighting company. I kicked the broom aside and carried on. In the kitchen, I steeped a nice big cup of herbal tea. Then I tossed my used tea bag in the compost bin, noting as I did that the bin was nearly full. I'd have to take it out soon, emptying into a tumbler with the rest of my food scraps and plain plant waste. Then, probably in the spring, I'd add fresh compost to the garden, give my plants a healthy nutrient boost. I love my plants. Want them to be strong in case they ever need to defend the cabin from zombies or traveling salespeople. Plants for zombies. Smirking to myself, I stood in the kitchen and sipped my tea. The only sound was the muffled rush of the rain outside, so peaceful. That's not peaceful. What was that? A fox prowling outside? A raccoon? There wasn't a person in my garden, was there? I went to the window, peering out into the darkness and listening hard.
I don't have to go out there and check, do I? I mean, someone could be in trouble. But then again, someone could be trouble. Maybe just stand on the porch and yell for whoever it is to get off the lawn.
I weighed my options. Oh, I can choose. Nice. Oh, I can't, like, right-click to save. Stay inside and lock all the doors. Oh, that'd be me. Go outside and investigate the noise. Who is it? The scream really had sounded human. I just couldn't ignore that. But I could. As much as I wanted to stay inside warm and dry.
I was raised by humanitarian hippies, and all I got was this pesky conscience. Kidding. Love you, Mom and Dad. Please don't haunt me.
They won't. I set down my tea, went to find my crank-powered flashlight, and shoved my feet into a pair of boots. Hopefully and probably I wouldn't find anything out there, but checking was the right thing to do. I pulled open the door and stepped down to the porch. The flashlight flickered pathetically. Luckily, all you need to power up a hand-crank flashlight is hands, which I had. I scanned the dark garden. Raindrops lit up the as the light. Raindrops lit as the light passed over them, and the trees and shrubs in the cabin swayed. All I could hear was wind and rain. A chill ran down my back.
Yo, anybody out here? No? Cool. Have a good night then.
I turned the head back inside. A small voice stopped me in my tracks. Oh.
Hello? I'm here. Would you mind, helping me out of this, please?
The rain seemed to beat down harder as my pulse sped up. I turned my flashlight towards the voice, my hand visibly trembling.
It sure is cold out. I'm definitely not shaking out of fear because that would be super lame.
I forced myself to step down off the porch and follow the path until finally I was close enough to make out the shape of a person. As the weak flashlight beam illuminated more, I gasped. If I'd been expecting to find it, certainly wasn't a delicious wisp of... Oops. If I'd been expecting to find it, certainly was this delicate wisp of girl. Aw. Okay. She was so pale she almost looked like a ghost. Even her hair, long and clinging to her face in the rain, shone bright, almost white in the glow of the flashlight. She crouched on her hands and knees in the mud as though she'd fallen. 100 questions raced through my head. Where did she come from? How long had she been in the storm? Why wasn't she dressed for the rain? Was she lost? Was she sick? I tried to sound tough like my dad would have.
You there! What are you doing on my property?
The young woman squinted against the flashlight.
Please? I got lost and I promise I wasn't trying to steal anything.
Her voice quivered, which I thought was kind of dumb. After all, she was the interloper. It was me who should be freaking out, which I was.
Well, then explain yourself. Why are you just laying on the ground there? Seems pretty sus.
Why the heck did I add that last part? Was I trying to do lighten the mood? The girl turned her head away. Was she trying to make me feel bad? Was she, God forbid, still exciting a cough? Took a step back and wanted to take any chances.
I can't get up.
Her matter-of-fact tone surprised me. I guess I was expecting some elaborate sob story and or pleas for food or money or medicine. It could still be a trick, I thought. She could be getting ready to rob me. At this point, my flashlight was starting to lose its brightness. Uh-oh. I stood there cranking the handle to power the light back on. It was a long, awkward intermission, backed by the droning sound of the flashlight being worked. The light was coming back on. I wound the crank a few more times to shine it bright on her. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. No. Oh no, the whole horrifying picture became clear. No. That's... Oh, poor her. Is that a bear trap? Oh, it's all in her legs. Oh, her leg, poor leg. Oh no. Ugh. Somehow the girl that got in her leg caught one of my animal traps. She must not have seen the rusted old thing in the dark, and it grabbed her calf and torn it open. Ooh. Okay, so this probably wasn't a trick.
Oh my god! Are you okay?
I started to move towards her, but then my own legs froze in fear. Fear getting closer to the human. If she was sick, then I could get sick. But then I had no way of knowing whether or not she carried the virus, and right now she was hurt and trapped because of me. I felt horrible. If I left her to fend for herself, anything could happen. A hungry bear might come along, the weather could turn freezing. If she did manage to get herself out of the trap, she would probably develop an infection faster than such a nasty wound. Swallowing hard, I clenched my fist and forced myself to approach her. I had to get away. I had to get way too close for comfort, but I crouched, opened the trap, freed her leg. Oof. It was bleeding pretty heavily, though. Now that I could see it up close, it didn't look to be as deep as I'd feared.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you found me. I was afraid I'd be trapped in that thing all night.
I stood up quickly and took a few steps back. For some reason, the girl was smiling at me. Didn't you understand that it was my stupid fault she got hurt? Then again, maybe she couldn't have been sneaky around the dark. My brain bickered with itself over who was to blame for both realizing the girl wasn't able to get to her feet, or lifting off her hand, wishing I thought to put on some neutral gloves. But why would I have thought of that? I hadn't seen another human in... How long had it been? I thought to my help, the girl climbed to her feet. She wobbled, leaned in, and grabbed my waist to use me as a crutch.
Sorry. Is it okay that I'm touching you like this?
Not really, but okay. Her words sent a chill down my spine. Touching? Just the thought it made me break out in a cold sweat.
It's fine. Let's just get out of this rain.
What was I doing? When I decided to enter my house, the warm light glowing inside the cabin was like a beacon drawing us in. Well, said my brain to myself, I guess is the thing we're doing now. No longer need my flashlight, so I tucked it away and used that hand instead to help support the injured girl up the pathway. With my arm around her waist and her arm around my shoulder, it became very clear to me how small she really was. Small and delicate, like a folded paper crane. A soggy, lint paper crane in a drenched dress that clung to her shivering body. Uh-oh. Just then my pant leg caught onto something. A nail jutting out from the side of the porch. Ow. I felt the fabric tug and rip as we moved past. Great. What even this is turning out to be. Not good at all for anybody. Oh, you're gonna trip over everything too. Once moving inside, I helped the stranger sit down in a wooden chair. I made a mental note to disinfect that chair later. And my clothes. Even the flashlight, but first aid.
Where did I put that kit?
Disinfect it all. I was never good at staying overnight. Words. I was never good at staying organized. Even on my computer, all my folders and internet tabs were a mess. No point in finding entropy. That was my philosophy. I searched the drawers, the counter, the floor, and nearly tripped over that dumb broom again before finally finding the first aid kit. It was not well stocked, but it would do for now. I gathered up some towels and my forehead thermometer too. Then I washed my hands, put on some gloves, and a face mask from an old box in the back of the cupboard, and brought everything over to the waiting girl.
Before anything else, let me scan your temperature.
Yeah, are you sick? Held the scanner up to her forehead. 2 seconds passed before you heard the good beep, which meant her temperature was normal.
No fever. That's a relief. Do you have any other symptoms?
Her eyes widened. She shook her head. Oh, still better to be cautious. I barely breathed as I took her leg into my lap and started turning her wound. Ow. She didn't wince or complain at all. Yeah, she was like smiling and happy earlier. I was like, aren't you in pain? She was tougher than she looked. I was the opposite, I knew. I looked mean even when I wasn't trying. On the inside I was basically a fluffy yellow duckling with anxiety. If our situation were reversed, and it was my leg all cut up like that, I'd probably have a weepy wreck spouting rare and extravagant curse words. But she just sat there quietly watching.
Are you a doctor?
No. No. Was she joking?
Do you honestly think I look like a doctor?
Way to draw attention to your looks, idiot, I thought to myself. No, I don't think that's how that works, but okay. Not that I cared, really. Just that I hadn't combed my hair in a few days or weeks. Oh, maybe you don't want to draw attention to your looks then. And I've been living in the same set of clothes for a while now. A ratty old t-shirt with a rocket ship on the front and a pair of jeans that had long gone out of fashion. Hot, right? Hot. Another life, I might have felt self-conscious. Not about my teeth, though. Never about my teeth. Dentists were kind of a thing of the past, and since I wanted to keep my teeth, picturing purposes and whatnot, I was committed to practicing good oral hygiene.
Well, I'm not sure what a doctor looks like, but you seem to know what you're doing, and you're a very kind person. So I believe you if you told me you were a doctor.
Okay. I looked away, awkwardly holding a clean bandage against the gash in her leg. The towels they used to clean the wound were now a pile of blood-soaked, mud-stained rags on a dirty floor. Was I a kind person?
It's just basic first aid, not a big deal. Here, hold this. Put pressure on it while I wrap it up.
I wrapped a length of gauze around her narrow leg to hold the bandage in place.
That should be okay overnight, but we should probably clean it again and rewrap it tomorrow.
Yes, please, that looks still bad. Her leg didn't leave my lap. Instead, she wiggled her toes and shot me a small smile.
You're going to let me stay here?
Oh, I guess.
Huh?
I looked up at her and instantly forgot how to speak because suddenly I was struck by how pretty she was. I mean, the rain really did a number on her, but still. She must have been around 20, give or take, not too much younger than me. She was thin, but everyone is thin these days. With her, it was like she'd been built this way, small and delicate and weightless. Her dress was simple and a little threadbare. The rain had soaked through and I realized I could sort of see her undergarments. Oh. Quickly averted my eyes, my cheeks warming. Hope she hadn't noticed me looking because I really hadn't meant to look. Hey, she's smiling.
You said clean it again tomorrow, right?
I did say that. The room seemed to spin a little. My face went from feeling very hot to feeling very cold. Stay away from each other. That was the rule. What was I supposed to do? What should I do? She really shouldn't be here. Maybe it's okay if she stays. No, I'll be nice. It's okay. Look how pitiful she is, said my brain. My brain was right, and I didn't know what to do except go along with it.
Well, it's not like I'm going to just send you back out into the rain.
Yeah, I'm not heartless.
Not by yourself, anyway. Is there anyone else in your bubble? Anyone I can call to come get you, or...
She looked down into her lap.
No.
Oh. In response made me too nervous to ask any further questions. Just wasn't sure I could handle a tragic backstory at that particular moment. In any case, I knew that if my parents were still around, they'd never have sent this girl back out into the night. They'd have let her stay, at least until she got her bearings. I sighed, giving in.
Okay. Well, you can sleep on my couch tonight. We'll figure the rest out tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We should really stay at least 6 feet apart, though.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
She nodded and gently moved her leg from my lap. I moved back, making more space between us, and sat to examine the rip in my pant leg. Meanwhile, my brain tried to fathom what was happening. I brought a stranger to my house. I didn't know who she was or where she come from. It seemed like a bad idea, and also a tad surreal.
Damn, I liked these pants.
Oh no, did you get hurt too?
Just a bit, not like you.
No, it's just a rip.
Okay, it's not injured.
Oh, that's not so bad.
I got up and made even more space between us. She stood up too, testing weight in her injured leg.
Wow, it already feels so much better.
She
You
is...
must have a magical healing touch.
Oh, nice. She is still soaking wet. I was starting to think she might be one of those weird optimistic people. Aw, also it was hard to think straight with her standing up in that very damp, very revealing dress.
You need to take that dress off.
Maybe you shouldn't have said it like that.
That came out wrong. What I mean is, it's wet and cold, and I'm sure you'd feel better if you changed into something dry and warm. I'm sure I have some extra clothes you can wear.
Really?
On the face, I ran off to procure a basket of old clothes from my storage closet. I hadn't worn them since my teenage years. They were too small for me now, but might be a good fit for her.
Here, take whatever you want. They're all clean.
I dropped the basket on the table and walked backwards away from it.
That's so nice of you. I'll get changed now.
I watched her take the basket and hobble out of the room to change where I couldn't see. When she came back, I was surprised to see she had chosen a button down. That was part of my old school uniform from back before everything went online. What about the rest of it? I think you need more, though, like pants, skirt. I've been much younger and much smaller when I wore that shirt, but even still, it swam on her frame. It almost looked like a nightgown, which is probably why she'd chosen it. Ah. Yes, that's way short, sweetie.
I haven't felt this comfy since I don't know when. It's a school shirt, right? I always liked the look of school uniforms, but I never got to wear one. All my classes were online.
For some reason, that made me a little sad. I myself had so few memories of the world before the sickness. It was hard to imagine not having any at all.
How old are you?
21. My birthday was actually last week.
Oh, happy belated birthday.
Oh, well, happy belated birthday. Do you have a name?
Oh, of course I do. It's Mallory.
Oh, Mallory. That's a cute name.
Nice to meet you, Mallory. Well, not nice, exactly. Weird to meet you, I guess. I'm not used to people.
Yeah, I get it. I didn't mean to trespass onto your property. I really did get lost. And then the rain started, and I could hear these dogs or something howling. I was scared, and I ran towards the first light I saw.
Ah, okay. I now say I understood. It was true that there were things like wolves and coyotes in the area. That was why I had set up an extra secure fence for my chickens.
But what were you doing out there in the first place?
I would rather not talk about that.
Uh-oh. Secrets. I stared at her, totally perplexed. Why the secrecy? Should I press for more? Let it go for now. She had a rough night. I'll try to insist on some answers. You know I'm gonna make a quick save. I want to know a little more.
You need to tell me.
I said as firmly as I could, but the look she gave me in response, eyes big, lips quivering, made me instantly back down.
At some point, I mean.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. You're here now, so just take the opportunity to get some rest.
I skirted around her to grab some blankets. I maintained a wide breath as I dropped them on the couch. Offered her a glass of water, pointed out the bathroom, asked her anything, all from afar.
This is perfect. Thank you so much for everything. Truly, I'm lucky to have met you.
Yeah, just try not to touch anything, okay?
I shuffled my feet awkwardly.
Okay, I'm going to bed. Bye.
I hope you have sweet dreams. I'll see you in the morning.
Thank you. Sweet dreams to you too. As I made my way up the stairs to my bedroom, I glanced back at Mother's auto curled up on the couch, looking quite cozy. I see. Oh yeah, she's gotta favor her leg. I feel bad for her. She really needs to put some pants on. I couldn't remember the last time I'd had anyone in my home, even briefly. I've been so careful for such a long time. I didn't know where she'd been, or if she'd been as careful as I was. But when my gaze fell on her bandaged leg, a prickle of guilt surged up.
Good night.
I finished climbing the stairs and flopped down in my bed. I was so exhausted, emotionally puzzled, and mentally drained. It didn't take long for me to fall deeply asleep. Alright, with that, I'm going to end this first episode of Cabin Fever here. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of this game. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Especially subscribe. But have an awesome day. Bye.